My first 10K race of the year is done, and honestly, this might have been one of my favorite races I've done in a long time. Today, we're recapping the first 10K of the year. Just a checkpoint for me, no big expectations, no pressure, just seeing where my fitness is at early in the season. Yo, it is the Thursday before race day. I am at Summit to pick up my packet, but might as well take advantage of the day and just get my last run in before the race. So we're gonna do like 3 or 4 miles. Maggie and Huey are here with Spawn and I, so we're gonna do a little jaunt along the river and just soak in the sun and get like a beer or root beer after. So going into this race, I truthfully had 0 time goal. Like I had kind of a range of where I would be happy if I landed, but I was trying not to really think about that too much. I just kind of took like the last 6 months to just kind of like run based on how I feel and not really like chase a time, but more so like chase a feeling. And that's been working out really well for me. Like I ran 2 races after the marathon. One was the hot chocolate 10K. I got, I think like 4th place in my age group. And then the other one was a turkey trot in my hometown, and I won 1st in my age group. And again, I was just kind of going off vibes. Like I did want to full send it a little bit more in the turkey trot just to see where I would land. But otherwise, like those 2 races gave me a ton of confidence to go into this next one and this next year, knowing that I can kind of like trust myself a little bit more rather than like try to chase after something. And I feel like I'm more like just kind of reaching from myself rather than like reaching to something, which is kind of the goal. The course is really hilly. My PR in the 10K is on a similar course to this. So my PR is 43:04, I believe. And so I wasn't really looking to chase a PR, and I knew that going into it. I knew that I didn't want to like go full blown PR. Just because then again, like I would have gotten in my head a little bit more. And again, that's not the goal of this race. But the main thing, I really just wanted to use this race as like an opportunity to learn like, okay, what do I need to focus on a little bit more for my next training block? Like, where are my weaknesses? Like, do I still feel good about like trusting myself to just go based on vibes and still have a really good race? So truthfully, it was less about the result of the race and more about the feedback of the race. I did end up finishing in 43:52, which is like 48 seconds off of my PR. So I felt really good about that, especially because I wasn't staring at my watch the entire time. Like I was, like my heart rate was really high and I was redlining at the end, but it felt good to redline at the end in this kind of scenario rather than like chasing a PR. The course starting out, it starts out a little bit downhill, and then it kind of like levels out. And then from miles like 3 through like 4.5, there's just kind of like this continuous incline. So we go up the river in Minneapolis and there's like 100 feet of elevation gain over this hill, and then we have to go back over it. So my splits were 6:56, 6:59, 7 minutes, 7:01, 7:25, and that's when we had to go back up the really steep hill. And then my last kick was 6:32. So again, I felt really good about being able to like drop my split back down after the hill. But I do know that that is like a huge area of opportunity for me, is just working on hills, because I truthfully just don't like doing it, but I know that I need to. And honestly, I think the biggest win for me here wasn't even my time. It was just more about like the fact that I stuck to what I wanted to do. Like I stuck to my goal of just running off vibes, even if that does sound really dumb. Like I didn't want to chase a time. I just wanted to like be in the race and like be present and just be honest with myself. And I feel really good about that. And I feel like going into my next training block, I can really just take that and like run with it, as cheesy as that sounds, but I do feel really, really proud of myself for doing that. So my next training block coming up is going to be the Gary Bjorklund half marathon. That is June 20th. We'll be starting a new series going into that. I feel like this is just going to be like a different year for me. I don't want to say this is going to be a breakthrough year for me in terms of like paces and splits and everything, but I think it's going to be a breakthrough year for me in terms of like just falling back into love with running and like not necessarily putting too much pressure on myself and just like running for fun and running because I love doing it. I am so excited for this next training block, and hopefully you guys will stick along for the journey. But thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you in the next video.